Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're headed to New Jersey to go to a Red, White, and Blue, a Value Village, and an American Thrift. We'll thrift for a bit, I'll show you my pull, and then a thrift haul at the end of the video. If you are new here, hi, my name is Megan, and I like thrifting, interior design, and DIY, so if you like that too, hit subscribe. This was truly a crazy day at Red, White, and Blue between the customers and a sort of celebrity spotting. I have questions for you guys about thrift store etiquette as I got into it with multiple people, but let's start off with some actual thrifting, and I'll come back to the drama later. Today was off to a good start when I found a Capri Blue volcano candle. A friend of mine gifted one to me a few years ago, and he told me that I should light it when it snows for the first time in the winter season. This particular candle design is exclusive to Anthropologie and usually costs $36, but I picked it up for $6. Oh, quick tip about candles. When they burn out, don't throw out the wax. I was able to make a brand new candle with the remnants of a Capri candle, and I'll insert a photo of it if I can find it. I couldn't believe how much wax was left over, and how I was essentially throwing away candles for years when I could have been making them. A little background on this Red, White, and Blue. Today is a Saturday and the colors are white 75% off, yellow and red 50% off. They have bathrooms, which is great, but no dressing rooms. So everybody is gathered around the one mirror to try on their clothes over their clothes. Not ideal. The one bright spot is that while I was trying on my clothes, I bumped into Chelsea from Chelsea As of Late. Chelsea is an avid thrifter with her own YouTube channel. She has a great sense of style and a truly amazing closet full of vintage and thrifted pieces. If you don't watch her channel, but you love fashion, you should check her out. She was very sweet, even as I fangirled all over her. My sister collected Precious Moments dolls when we were kids, so I wanted to take a look to see if they were worth anything. I mentioned showing you my pull at the top of the video. In case you don't know what I was talking about, I'll explain. When I go to a thrift store, I put everything I like, everything I think has potential into my cart or basket. Sometimes I put something into my basket that I like, but I know I won't buy just to get the good juju going. I'm hoping that one good piece will work its magic and lead me to more treasures. Once I've gone through the whole store, I show you everything I have pulled from the shelves and the racks and put into my cart. So those items are what I'm referring to when I say my pull. At that point, I edit my cart down to the things I need or want that are in good condition and that are in my budget. I try on the clothes, I examine every piece looking for holes, tears, or cracks, chips, discoloration, stains, and then I decide what is gonna come home with me. Whatever makes it home is my haul. I found this little rock, which ended up being a candle, so I had to bring it back to the candles. So like, these are a little too on the nose, but I do, you know, I love an oil vessel of the, what the hell? I mean, for the right person, that's it. I found a rock candle for $2 while you were gone. I'd like to get your opinion on two different incidents at the thrift store today and hear your thoughts about thrift store etiquette and the unspoken rules of thrifting. The first one is about eating in the thrift store. Is it okay? Today I saw a guy in his early 20s eating McDonald's in this thrift store. He dropped his french fries on the ground and then kicked them under the clothing rack. I said, "That's gross. Pick that up." And he said, "Yeah, I will," and did not. All I could think about was how long that food was going to sit under the clothing rack to attract mice or rats, and just yuck. So are we eating in the thrift store or not? I would say no to eating, but okay to drinking. The second one is about other people's carts and baskets. Are they off limits or are they up for grabs? It was very crowded in the thrift store today, so to create more room in the aisle, I parked my cart at the end of the aisle. You know, one less cart for people to have to move around. I was about 3 feet away from the cart when a woman that had been thrifting near me for about 10 minutes saw my cart and started going through it. I said, "Hey, no, that's my cart." And she went off. First, she said that the cart wasn't mine, and then she said that since I hadn't checked out, nothing in the cart was mine. I said, "That's not how it works, and you know it." She started grumbling, and I asked, "Are you okay?" She then said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yes, I'm fine." And then she started yelling that I had been aggressive with her, and all I said was, hey. And at that point, she started up again with how the cart wasn't mine and how everything in it was available to her, and she had every right to go through it because I hadn't bought anything in it. There was no reasoning with her, so I took my cart and left. What are we thinking? Are we going through other customers' carts and baskets, or are these items on hold until they're back on the shelves? $5.99. Crazy for that. Yeah.
Did you see the sections?
Yeah.
What, white,
Red,
and yellow, right?
not green, which feels like everything is green.
Yeah. This is, what do you think?
That's cool. Yeah, it's a cricket box.
It's a what?
Cricket box.
What's that?
You put crickets in it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
I saw them at the... Well, I don't know if you put legit crickets in them, but I saw it at the Stormville flea. Yeah, put it in the cart. 100%. So Ed found a vintage cricket box. I did a little research, and it appears as though people kept their crickets, as in the insect, in little boxes or cages dating back to the Tang and Song dynasties in China. Crickets were kept as pets so people could enjoy their songs, and they were used in cricket fights. I saw a few brass cricket boxes at the Stormville flea market earlier in the summer. These brass boxes seem to have been popular in the 1970s and were used for holding jewelry and other keepsakes. We found 2 of them today, and both made their way into my cart and then my home. I'm thinking of listing one of them on my Poshmark, so if you're interested, check that out. Yes, 100%. Put it in the cart. Manifest. They didn't wear this or wash it. Or both. Alright, any cuties, any gems to find here? What are you, $7? Even. Let's see. Like too much. Big breath. I can tell that you kind of like it.
What?
I can tell that you kind of like it.
I'll put it in the maybe pile.
Okay. I mean, what do you do? I mean, you do you, boo. You know? Yeah. I've left some of this audio in because I thought it might be fun for you to hear a little thrift store banter between Ed and I. He is much more interested in clothing than home decor, so he goes off on his own and returns with all kinds of stuff. I never know if he's being serious when he shows me things or not. For example, this hunting jacket that I am low-key hating on because he is not a hunter and he already owns 100 jackets. When it comes to clothes, my philosophy is, do I love it more than something I already own? Is this as good as what I already have, and will it rise to the top of the rotation? If the answer is no, the item is going back to the rack. I should mention that this red, white, and blue has a smaller home decor section than the one we went to in Connecticut. And the red, white, and blue stores put additional items on top of the clothing racks. Also, did you know that DJ Tanner from Full House had her own clothing line? I learned that today. Isn't this what it's worth at Target? One of my friends has been asking me to talk about haunted items at the thrift store. So girl, this one's for you. Some people are hesitant to buy things at thrift stores because they think that secondhand clothing, art, dolls, candles, mirrors, you name it, are haunted, and that they have bad juju or bad karma from their previous life. I don't subscribe to that logic. For me, when I'm shopping secondhand, I think of these items as lost, unhoused, and lonely. I think that they were loved very much by someone at some point, but for whatever reason, they were separated from their loved one. Like a pet waiting to be adopted, they want to go to the right home, and once there, they have no plans to hurt you. They're just happy to be there. When you buy something secondhand, you will take it home, wash it, shine it up, paint it, repurpose it, and give it new life. Only good things can come from that, right? If you get bad vibes from a secondhand item, just put it back on the rack and let it be someone else's treasure. I took a few minutes to go through the lighting to see if there was any overhead lighting, flush mount lighting that would work for Ed's foyer, but everything was just the wrong size or wrong style. If you are a cottagecore girly, I hope you are going through the linens and fabrics because this is your gold mine. They made it for the tour because it is crooked. And then they didn't wear it because they were like, this is busted. Oh, maybe they were trying to sell them outside.
Yeah, this is
right?
like...
All right, here's what we got. A ton of candles. A blue and white plate. That thing for Kristen. The cricket box. The oil holder. More candles. A basket. A blue and white vase, a marble container, a frame, it's candle central in here, candle holder, a vase, and then the picture frame. We made our purchases and headed over to our next stop, Value Village. I should say I will probably call this thrift store Valley Village after the town in LA. If I do that, just know that I mean Value Village. I'm going to pull a framed art print from the shelf and put it in my cart so it could act as the good mojo piece and attract other items I like. I also want to say that while in the store, I recorded audio so that you could hear my reactions in real time, but I can't include it because the music was really loud and easily recognizable. Unfortunately, I think this will trigger YouTube's copyright censors, so I can't include the original audio. We've been to this value village before, but it was at the end of the day, so we didn't have much time. What I remember is that it is called Value Village, but the setup is exactly like a My Unique. So they have deals for colored tags. Today's deals are 25% off blue tags, 50% off green, and 75% off pink tags. The organization is similar to My Unique as well, which is to say it's not super organized or uniform compared to a Goodwill. Household items are mostly grouped together, but within the household department, they don't really have sections. It's kind of all over the place. Some things will be grouped together, like glassware, candles, pots and pans, but it can be random. So if you like a treasure hunt, you'll like thrifting here. I was curious about this Aunt Jemima looking cookie jar, then I briefly looked at baseball mitts. I rarely see baseball mitts at the thrift store, but my brother plays baseball and he buys his mitts secondhand all the time. I looked a little bit at the art, which is not original and really overpriced in my opinion. Most of the chain stores that I've been to, like Goodwill, My Unique, American Thrift, and Value Village, all have these plastic bags for sale. Sometimes they're great because the store employees have bundled like 10 taper candles for $1.99. One time I found a beautiful silver salt and pepper shaker set in one of these plastic bags. But I don't usually make a lot of time to go through them personally. I feel like most of the time there are 4 objects in the bag, but I only like 3 of them, or one of them is broken. I think it might be the store's strategy for unloading inventory. They bundle a couple of good things with a bad one, hoping that people will think the good outweighs the bad and buy the bag. Once again, I stopped to look at glass decanters and vessels just in case Value Village had something unique. I saw a lot of spoon rests today, but none of them were speaking to me. I also saw a cute blue and white cow salt and pepper shaker set that seemed very cottagecore to me. You may have noticed that I stopped to look at the Hummel figurines. I did this because my grandmother collected them, and when she passed away, she gifted them to her grandchildren. She gave me two, one of a little girl reading a book, and another one which is a music box, and I think it plays the song Singing in the Rain. I was led to believe that they would be valuable, so I usually look at the price when I see them at the thrift store or at the antique mall. I wonder if Hummels were to my grandmother's generation what Precious Moments figurines were to mine. If you've watched a couple of my thrifting videos, you know that I've been thrifting all over the tri-state area in the last few weeks. I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been seeing these German beer steins at almost all the stores. What do you think this is about? Do people go to Oktoberfest or Disney World's Epcot Center, buy a stein, and then realize when they got home that they weren't that into steins after all? I'm really drawn to objects in this ochre amber color. I think the color is very warm, sort of 1970s, and makes me think of autumn, my favorite time of year. While I loved these little ochre colored vessels, I couldn't think of where I'd put them, so I passed. I may regret that come the fall. I think this gold box used to be a music box. It had holes on the bottom where the dial would be. You'd turn the dial to wind up the music and then it would play. It looks like someone removed the music box or the dial was broken. And I'm sure you saw the punch bowls on the shelves, but no punch cups. They're probably somewhere else in the store. Strangely, I found another silver salt and pepper shaker set in a plastic bag. They're similar to the ones I thrifted, but mine are a bit ornate and they have a little silver tray that they sit on. If I remember, I'll show you them at the end of the video when I style my haul. They are special to me because I really feel like it was a treasure that I stumbled upon. I was in a My Unique last summer and two resellers were following me around the home goods section. No shame to resellers at all. I'm a reseller, my friends are resellers, and we are all customers of resellers. It's the fact that I knew they were scooping up a lot of things. They had looked in my basket and they were closing in on me when I happened to look up and see the set. I wasn't even sure that they were real silver until I got home and cleaned them up. I know those guys would have taken them, so I felt like they were meant to be with me. This is my pull at Value Village. We've got the framed print, a vintage cricket box, a vintage carved wooden box, a glass cruet, a blue and white porcelain dish with a lid, a wooden sculpture of 2 horses, and a silver box with a lid. I'll show you what made the cut at the end of the video, but now we're off to our third and final thrift store, American Thrift. I've been to this American Thrift many times, and it's similar to red, white, and blue in the way that it's organized. However, this American Thrift has a weaker selection of home decor than I would like, so I didn't film very much. I will say that I love coming to this American Thrift for vintage clothes. The clothes are organized by color and style, so it makes it easy to shop. They do not separate their vintage clothes from their contemporary clothes, so you still need to look through it all if you're looking for vintage, but it's usually worth doing. They also have bathrooms and changing rooms, which is awesome. I learned on this visit that they have a 4th floor that has furniture, which I didn't know about. Since they were closing, we didn't get to go up there this time, but I'll definitely do that the next time I'm here. Speaking of next time, I don't think we'll be coming out here for a while, at least not on the weekends. While I'm happy with the things I found, the interactions with some of the people at Red, White, and Blue were not the best, and I'd rather not deal with people trying to steal from my cart or freeping up on me, so we're thinking we'll come back on a weekday when there are less people and maybe less stress. I've mentioned freepers in the past. Freepers are people who follow you around the store and try to grab things before you can. They are the most aggressive thrifters. Most people will give you your space. Okay, here is my haul. I really went in on the candles. I'm very pleased with the Anthropologie candle for $6. I picked up a bunch of taper candles. I like having some on hand in the event that I need a gift for someone. I got 2 vintage Cricut boxes and a vintage carved wooden box with bone inlay. I love these boxes for hiding miscellaneous stuff, styling them on a table or bookshelf. That being said, I probably have too many, so I'll list some of them on my Poshmark. I also bought a vintage tablecloth with embroidery and some crocheting. I'm not normally a crochet girl, but this tablecloth is timeless and reminds me of something my grandmother had. Next Saturday, I'm planning to drop my Christmas in July video. I won 4 giant Tupperware containers in an auction, and they are full of holiday ornaments. Can you believe it's the end of July already? If you like thrifting, interior design and decorating, DIYs, and want to hang out again, subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. I had a quickie thrift trip to a Salvation Army recently, and I might be able to post that midweek, but if not, I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!